I'm going to go ahead and start with our leader of the quarter, because again, I think our physician of the quarter is en route, actually doing doctor things. So that's good news for everybody. But our leader of the quarter is here. I've seen her. And I'm going to announce her name, and she probably doesn't even know, but Katie Staubach is our leader. So many, if not all of you, have had the opportunity to interact with Katie over the years. I've personally had the privilege of working pretty closely, for better or for worse, right, with Katie on a number of things over the course of my short time here. And I have to tell you, and I'm not the nominator, Sarah Fraze from Hemodialysis nominated Katie and is going to be coming up and saying a few words. But just wanted to take a second and personally express how grateful I am for Katie and for the work that she does on behalf of all of our patients. And on behalf of all of us. I think we're all very privileged, and again, I've been so impressed with her passion and her dedication and her commitment to really everything that she does. And so I'm very personally grateful for you, Katie, and thankful for your presence here. So is Sarah here? I don't know if Sarah's here. I don't see her. So Sarah wrote I guess I get to read it. So. And I won't do it quite the justice that Sarah would have, but wrote just an incredible tribute to Katie and her leadership. Well, there she is. Perfect. Come on up. I was just talking about.
I'm never late. Sorry.
So, perfect timing.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, and I'm Sarah. I work for Katie. Since Katie Staubach took over the leadership role in the hemodialysis and TACU unit, there have been significant improvements. One is our electronic connectivity through Epic. The full utilization of electronic resources can be a challenge for any procedure unit, but this is especially true in dialysis units throughout the nation, where large amounts of data is generated in each lengthy procedure. Formatting that data so that it is easily and quickly read, evaluated, and shared can be problematic. That can negatively affect patient care and outcomes. So Katie worked with our nurses, physicians, IT, Epic, and others to solve that issue. As a result, we now have an advanced electronic communication system that would be envied by other organizations. It allows physicians, nurses, and others to easily access secure online patient care and procedure information whenever needed. This improves care. Katie also led the way in the creation of multiple innovative online tools that are used to improve communication about the complex care of patients with different disease diagnoses. The latest that will be implemented is an electronic Cardex that contains crucial information. This will replace the typical cumbersome paper and pencil system of updating extensive information after every treatment. That outdated system is used by most dialysis units, but will no longer be used in ours. So adding this rare resource to other newly created logs and in-procedure flow sheets that auto-populate data throughout the 4-hour treatments will result in a highly developed system of online communication that will be second to none. As a collection of tools, they will dramatically improve practice, processes, infection control, patient outcomes, workflow, and patient, family, physician, and staff satisfaction. One might logically think that the extensive work required for the research, development, and implementation of these intricate tools would take years. But Katie was not willing to take years to improve care. Through collaboration with her team, all of this has been accomplished in just 5 short months. In the dialysis world, that is unheard of. And most think that these innovative tools and templates will be quickly implemented in other dialysis units throughout our region and throughout our nation. So once again, through her focused efforts, UCMC will be the leader in providing evidence-based care and tools for dialysis, transplant, and heart patients. But perhaps Katie's greatest strength is in her ability to build and maintain teams. We all know that change, even when needed, can be a little stressful. Through our process and journey of change, Katie has always remained professional, collaborative, transformational, and approachable. Many times she is seen in our unit educating, coaching, and mentoring staff so that each phase of implementation was smooth. She leads by example as Katie inspires others to improve quality care. She displays creative solutions for any issue or concern. There are so many examples of this, but I will speak of just one. There was a day in TACU, and I think most of you know that hemodialysis and TACU is one combined unit. And there was a day when we had an unusually high number of patients. In our unit, we expect to have fluctuations of numbers and needs, and we adapt easily and quickly to those changes. But this day was a little different since those numbers were high and had remained so for many hours. This created a backlog in discharging patients when care was complete, and that could have delayed admissions for others. I happened to be the charge nurse that day, as Katie carefully listened to the concerns of the TACU nurse. After ascertaining that all staff were busy with other procedures, she asked if we minded if she helped. Do you remember this day? Yeah. So then she simply rolled up her sleeves and went to work. Through collaboration with the TACU nurse, she helped to prepare multiple patients for discharge. Katie did everything from taking out IVs when no longer needed, to reviewing discharge instructions, obtaining needed supplies, and even transported patients to their cars. Everything was done with a smile, and I heard much laughter as she interacted with patients and families. Katie Staubach helped to ensure that patient and family needs were met while keeping their satisfaction high. But she also had an extraordinary impact on a different group of people, those that worked for her and with her. We each have an impact on the lives of our patients, families, and team, regardless of our role or title. It is our choice if it is possible, if it is positive, and if it empowers others and role models desirable behaviors. And that's what Katie did that day. This busy director stepped out of her typical role or job title to dispense timely assistance, comfort, and expert care. Despite her busy day and other pressing obligations, she did not hesitate to ensure that at UCMC, patients and families always come first and are priority one. Her actions spoke loud and clear and were discussed over and over by staff that day and for days afterwards. Physicians also noticed and commented. A transplant physician came up to me and said that he had heard impressive things about Katie, and he knew they were all true. I told him what I honestly felt, that her actions that day were just typical Katie. She was making sure that patients and families received the care that they needed, and that her team received support. For these reasons and others, I'm honored to nominate Katie Staubach for this prestigious award.